Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I am playing tourist in my hometown of Napa. We're going to be going downtown to the Oxbow area and a couple other places in the heart of downtown Napa. This was a highly requested video from my fantastic subscribers, so I thought I would go out and about close to home and show you what it's like to be a local and tourist alike. This area that we are driving to is the Oxbow area. It is very, very popular, and it is usually very crowded. They have two parking lots. I'm just parking in the second parking lot because the one directly in the Oxbow shopping center, you might as well forget it. You will never find a parking spot in there unless it is early on a weekday. They are very busy and crowded on the weekend. This was a Saturday that me and my sister were going out and about, and it's so beautiful. They have all of their fall pumpkins and foliage out, and it was just super pretty. Now, Oxbow was made after the ferry terminal in San Francisco. It is a smaller version. There's lots of restaurants in here, little grocery store, teas, whiskey tasting, sandwiches, ice cream, pretty much anything you can think of. It's a one-stop shop. The prices here are rather high because of what it is. It is a tourist destination, but the food is phenomenal. One of my favorite places to go here is the Cheese Merchant. You could get some fantastic cheeses, wine paired with it, and just sit around and people watch. And that is me and my sister's favorite thing to do, is just watch all of the people and try to guess where they're from. You could pretty much tell who is visitors and who are not, and kind of just eavesdrop on everybody's conversations. If you like to go out and people watch and kind of just talk amongst everybody else, the visitors and locals, let me know in the comments down below. We got this little charcuterie board. It was about $10. You get 2 cheeses, salami, and bread, and some jam. Super delicious. We made that baby last a long time. We are very impressed with ourselves how we could make 2 different cheeses and salami last so long. And then we ventured right around the corner to CCASA. This restaurant is fantastic. It is all gluten-free, so if you have an allergy, you do not have to worry about it. We got $5 margaritas and some taquitos that were killer. The ambiance is really fun and young, and we were sitting next to these guys, and they saw me take a video, and they asked if I wanted a picture of me and my friend. I didn't have the heart to tell them that I was videoing for YouTube and we are locals. I just said no thanks. It was pretty funny. But after there, we decided to walk off the food and alcohol, and I'm just showing you the sights of what's around the area. So that was Gott's Roadside. They are known for their hamburgers and milkshakes. They used to be called Taylor's Refreshers. If you're from Napa, longtime Napa residents, then you will know Taylor's Refreshers. The original restaurant is in St. Helena, and then they built a second one when they were bought out. Taylor's sold it, and the new owners made Gott's, and they built a second one right there. Now there's lots of wine tasting little areas downtown Napa. Anywhere you turn, there's wine tasting. It's rather pricey, so I don't really like to go wine tasting outside of wineries. Even wineries can be rather expensive. But I wanted to show you this little area. It's super cute. It is going to be member only starting 2025, which is a bummer. It's such a Napa thing to do. But regardless, they do lots of things here, concerts, lots of activities here. It's just a super cute place. And if you're not into wine, Napa does have a lot of breweries now. Here is one of them. Really good beer from what I'm told. I don't drink beer, but we do have quite a few breweries now. So there's something for everybody. Now, this place is super cool. It's called the Napa Yard. It's a beer garden. This is a pretty family-friendly place. They were having multiple kids' birthday parties here. They have lots of games. They have a play set for kids. They have TV. They have beer, bubbles, popcorn, wine, food, anything you can ask for. This is a pretty cool place to just come and chill, maybe go out with your friends, your family, a date, just be super casual. They have such a big menu full of beer. It was a lot going on. It was my first time there, and I will definitely be going back. Now we're going to go on over the bridge to the heart of downtown Napa, and I just wanted to show you guys the sights of downtown Napa. There is some buildings that used to be a fire museum that's no longer there. A lot of the tourist shops have taken over and the old time shops are no longer. But nonetheless, downtown Napa is very beautiful. As you can see, we are getting fall foliage here. That's about all you're going to get here in Napa. And if you're not familiar with Napa, we are in Northern California. So we don't get much seasons here like the East Coast does with their beautiful foliage. We get rain. We got a lot more rain than Southern California does. We're a cooler climate than they are, but we still get lots of green throughout the year, even in the winter time. Now, we are going to a new place that me and my sister just heard of. I don't know how long it's been open, but it is called The Garden. And I know that they were open in a different location, and I believe they just served alcohol. This is a new place where they serve hard alcohol as well as food. So it's basically a restaurant. But it is so funny to me driving around downtown Napa. I remember when I was young, it was a ghost town, especially at nighttime. There was never anybody around. We would close downtown Friday nights and do Chef's Market, and it was so much fun. And then the earthquake happened, and a lot of the buildings got condemned. It was a rather big earthquake, and after that, they tore the buildings down and built all like hotels and shopping center, like little shops with like Lululemon and all of the higher end boutiques. And after those were built, I started seeing a huge uptick of tourists. And I remember driving downtown one night, it was been years ago, and I had to wait for people to cross the street in multiple locations. And it absolutely blew my mind because that never would have happened prior to the earthquake. It was a sleepy little town. A lot of the tourists like to go up valley and like Calistoga or the St. Helena area. And now Napa has become a rather hot spot to be at. And it is fantastic for the economy here in Napa. It keeps all of our businesses going, and it is just a really fun atmosphere to be in. If you saw that little car, I guess you could call it, vehicle, I don't even know what you call it. They just started doing tours like downtown where you cycle and you drink and you go to different, I don't know if it's restaurants or wineries. I have never done it, of course, and I probably won't do it because I live here, but it is a pretty cool thing to offer. I know Sacramento does it. I would do it in Sacramento since I'm not from there, but as far as doing it in Napa, nah, it's not for me. But here is the garden. It is super cute. They have tons of plants on the ceiling, and it's a pretty open concept. I don't know if they put awnings out when it rains or if the windows automatically come down. It was really interesting. Felt like we were in Hawaii a little bit, but we just got one glass of wine and some onion dip, and it was so smoky. It was so delicious. I love that smoke taste. But that is our day of being tourists. Now, driving more downtown, they were celebrating the Day of the Dead because this is the second. And that was super neat to see. They had balloons out, like the guys with the carts with balloons and stuffed animals, and they had a whole thing going on downtown. If I knew it was going on, we would have stopped and walked around there, but unfortunately we had to get going. We had to go to the store and pick up dinner for everybody, but I am going to take you along to the store. One of my favorite stores I used to go to a lot when I was younger was Nob Hill. I used to know everybody there, and since moving away and moving back, a lot of the original people who worked there has changed. So I don't know anybody who works there anymore, but it's still a fun grocery store for me to go to and reminisce. If you don't, or if you're not familiar with Nob Hill, it's a Rayleigh's. I think it's Bel Air. I don't know, and Nob Hill, and I don't know where they're at, if they're just on the West Coast or if they scattered throughout the United States. I honestly have no idea. But here is where all of the festivities were. Like I said, if we would have known about it and had time, we definitely would have stopped and walked around. I would have loved seeing all of that and showing you all even more footage of downtown. It's really hard to get footage out and about because there is so many people. I even got a dirty look from a woman. So I guess I'm not as super incognito filming as I hope to be, but oh well. Now here is Nob Hill. I just love this shopping center. It has great fall foliage. It just gives me a good feeling. I don't know if anybody else has a shopping center that you absolutely love, but this is one of them, and it just has mostly to do with this grocery store. I think it was just a lot of it because I knew a lot of people who worked here, and it was like almost like Cheers for a grocery store. It just felt super familiar for me. And I was always run into family and friends here, so it was kind of like an outing. If you were going to the grocery store, you best get yourself ready because you are going to run into at least one person that you know here. But sadly, times have changed, and I don't really run into people that I know here anymore. Some have passed on, and some have moved away. But this is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoy going out and about with me and playing at tours for the day. It's time for us to get back and go make dinner for the family. I just real quick wanted to show you my 80s magazine. It's a 1984 edition. I had to get it because I am an 84 model. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you in the next video real soon. Bye!